go over the section 9?
Article 1, Section 9, if Section 8 is the power. Oh, and one more thing. Do you remember what stops a filibuster? I forgot this before.
60.
What's that called?
Is that 60 votes?
60 votes, yeah. What's it called?
Majority.
Well, no, it's not a majority. What's it called? Not a, well, it is, but it's not called that. Cloture vote. C-L-O-T-U-R-E. Oh man, Naomi's making an awful face again. C-L-O-T-U-R-E. Cloture. And cloture basically says that you need 60 senators in order to stop. Barack was somebody that had a 60 vote majority at the beginning. Ted Kennedy died. A Republican got elected. He had 59. You only need 51 votes to pass something in the Senate. But if there are only 59 people and you can't stop a cloture, you can't stop a filibuster, oftentimes the majority party will just pull bills instead of having to go through filibusters. So that was a really big loss, even though he still had a really big number of senators. Going back through, and I'll go back into this. What was the bill of attainder, just really fast?
State cannot pass laws to declare guilty or innocent.
Bill of attainder is a state cannot pass a law that is going to declare you primarily guilty, but also possibly innocent of a crime. It denies you your due process rights. So they're not allowed to do this. And then ex post facto literally means after the fact. And how does that work?
It punishes you for something you did before it was legal. That is now illegal.
Yeah, it's really hard to put this into good words. Go ahead.
So they kind of
You did it so good today, Alex. I don't think you quite did it the same way that time, but go ahead.
backdate a law.
They backdate a law. Why is that a problem? If we pass it today on November 20th, but we backdate it so that it starts on October 20th, why is that a problem?
Because like people was unaware, like I don't.
It wasn't illegal when they were doing what they were doing. And then when you pass a law that makes it illegal, they couldn't have known that what they were doing was going to be illegal in the future. So that's why it's banned. A retroactive law is really what we're saying. Congress cannot pass a retroactive law. And do you remember the fine example that I gave y'all today of a retroactive law?
The child
Sex
The sex offenders, it's all about pornography, I know. The child sex offenders, if you remember, the child sex offenders where they were not only passing laws to keep them away from schools going forward, but it was retroactive so that if you did something like that before it got passed, you would still have to move away. Take a good look at that, and don't forget Naked Man drinking coffee, and don't forget, some of the other pieces that were in there, that Georgia law, because we talked a lot about sex offenders today. The law that said that you couldn't live, work, or loiter within 1,000 feet of places, for example, where children gather. And I gave a long list of places where children gather. So kind of keep that thought in mind. I know that I'm out of time. I got to go be a judge. Yes, Alex.
Just a quick question. So
Yeah.
is part 3 on the test as well? 'Cause
No. I'm going to stop it right there at ex post facto. I'll cut the rest of this off, and I'll add a few textbook pages, just to be safe, but there's not a whole lot else. This is going to be a little shorter, and what I may do is require a little bit more writing and a fewer multiple choices. But that might be the only difference. Yes, Maria?
Are you going to include anything about Joe Biden?
What about Joe Biden?
Articulate, that's all I can think of.
Articulate was another thing that you weren't supposed to say to your black coworkers, if you remember, in the Delaware Department of Transportation pamphlet. Take a good look, because the videos, there's a lot of videos in Chapter 5 especially. There's a couple links that are in Chapter 11. But political correctness we spent a lot of time on. So really show me what you know if you get the chance to, okay? Have a good day. You can stop it, Marvin.